Good morning, everybody. We're going to talk about Dusty Butthole Land and the absolute clusterfuck of a hornet's nest we just stirred up. And when I say we, of course, I'm not counting myself in on this. I'm not that stupid. And neither are you. None of us, the rest of us in the normal, decent world, are not dumb enough to make such a strategic fuck up. But regardless, why the hell did it happen? Obviously, everybody should have a relatively solid idea. Most people, 80%, was the most recent number, calling it the Bagel Boy War. Of course, I have to use Chronic's line in terms of Undead Chronic. I have to use his line because honestly, if you call a spade a spade, they will fucking eat your ass so fast off this platform. It is incredible. So anyway, the Bagel Boys, of course, have so much dirt on the American political class that honestly, at this point, the only thing that we can be sure of is that they're dangling probably the worst parts over their heads. And of course, all of the American politicians sold their soul with that shit. So they decided it'd be a good idea to go join in with a greater Bagel Boy project. And a country that is hell bent on triggering World War fucking three. So there are a lot of directions and a lot of threads to go on this. We're going to start with the drafting. So apparently they have been working out new ideas, new plans, new strategies for drafting. In which, hey, everything for equality, right, girls? Women are going to be included in the draft as well as men. They're going to take your sons, they're going to take your daughters. They are, if you are a conscientious objector, they are going to try to put you in non-combat roles. Now again, why the hell Chronic comes to mind is fuck no. Oh fuck no. No. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. Normal people, you, me, normal fucking people. We've already been eating the shit sandwich for over 50 fucking years. All right. All right. There's no other way to put it. We have been propping up the vast wealth and profits of a select few for a very long time. And some of those people, of course, are Bagel Boys. But we've been propping these people up and their financial schemes and empires for so goddamn long. And every time something goes wrong, oh my God, the housing crisis. Oh my God. Every time something goes wrong, they get bailed out again and again and again and again. Who the fuck is paying for all these bailouts? We are through the fucking inflation. All right. You've destroyed the families. You've taken away every fucking incentive for people to give a fuck. You can't even say what's on your mind without getting nuked by a fucking algorithm because we all have to wear fucking kids' gloves. God forbid we be fucking adults. They're eyeing up to fire up the draft again. All right. Why the hell do they have to fire up a draft? Because they can't win on an air campaign. They can't win. They can't win. If they want their full total surrender and regime change, they have to. They literally have to put boots on the ground. All right. Because we don't have enough munitions. All right. Pete can go to all of the, corpo manufacturers and tell them to 10x or 100x or 1000x production. All right. Just like every company that told DJT that they're going to start reshoring jobs again. Yeah. Yeah. They're going to do that, bud. Yeah. It ain't happening. It ain't fucking happening. Situation globally is so fucking unstable now, trying to lock down decent supply chains to try to get anything you need, at least in terms of the advanced shit. All right. You know how many fucking raw materials, rare earths you need to do a fucking missile for an old cruise missile? All right. This is no bullshit. A fucking engine for a cruise missile. You will only fire that bitch once. Okay? You'll only fire that bitch once. But for the speed, for the payload, for what you expect it to do, yeah, that's got to go through intensive fucking hardening programs. And you can't just produce an engine with 100% reliability. You can't just pull that off with normal steel. All right. So we're running out of munitions. All right. Of course, they're not going to tell people that, but the the sand people, the sand people have been doing surprisingly well. Shocker! Who could have fucking guessed? The sand people have been doing fantastically well. They've blown up two very expensive, we don't have any extra of them, radar systems. So the first thing, just like they tried to do with Ukraine when they started running out of 155, they tried to loot the supply from the South Koreans. All right. And this is important. This is going to play a massive fucking role in what's coming up. But they also just went to the South Koreans like, hey, we're going to need the missile or the radar system that we gave you. Yeah, we're going to need that back like now. All right. And South Koreans, of course, they're like, fuck you. All right. As it stands, we're fucked. We're not going to be able to win this unless we put boots on the ground. We're running out of munitions. The only real option is to send in infantry. The problem is with the infantry is we're not even really producing ammunition anymore. There was a plant that burnt down and blew up a while back. Pretty sure they handle the fucking primers, and that hasn't been back and operational. Um, Kind of got a problem there. Anyway, um, so the Bagel Boys are leveraging the government that sold its fucking soul. Shocker, who could have seen that coming? They want to take your sons and daughters and conscientious objectors. They want to put in non combat roles. They're looking for every excuse to not let people out. All right. Reality is, rolling back to Chronic. Um, yeah, no, you fucked us all to death. Fuck you. We're not fighting your war. All right. I don't give a shit how much dirty shit the Bagel Boys have on you. No, no, no. Go fuck yourself. The economy is so fucking destroyed in this country. For instance, I heard this is one of like 7 billion fucking details that just popped up. But Black Trucker Big Ward, check his channel occasionally. Um, he noted that I think the dude lost 16 McDonald's franchises. Dude went fucking broke running McDonald's franchises. All right. That's fucking bad. And that's a perfect sign of just how fucked shit really is. The economy can't withstand it. All right. The idea of that big orange man threw the idea of, it's a small price to pay, just a little bit higher gases. Um, it was like $9 a gallon in Florida, from what I'm hearing. $9 a gallon. U.S. produces 85% of its own gasoline needs and 90% of its diesel. Can we ramp that up? Yes. But, but, but you're going to need a little bit of nationalization in there too to pull that off. Anyway, what the fuck does it mean for all of our quote unquote allies? Europe is fucked. Asia is fucked. Japan relies on a massive amount of imported gas. All right. what the fuck are they going to do? The only thing, and given Ukraine right now is doing their thing, asking for more missiles, and we've got no more missiles to give. The only thing that's going to keep Ukraine going is if the Europeans can afford to continue financing that fucking war and providing the war materials, but their economies are about to fucking die. All right? Their fuel supply is gone. It's fucking gone. All right? A given, they could probably get some off of West Africa, but still, point's still valid. Cheap, easy oil for the allied countries is gone. We can't win this without boots on the ground. All the sand people have to do is survive. This is the fun part. All they have to do is survive. They don't even have to really do anything in terms of attacking. They just have to survive. Another channel that you should listen to, Professor Jiang. Um, Although God help you if you have that much time to listen to everything he puts out. But he's noted recently that this is the war that finally kills the idea of the United States being an empire. And honestly, I have to agree with him. This fucks up everything. It's going to drive fuel prices through the roof. It's going to drive tripping over words once again. Apologies. It's going to drive fertilizer through the fucking roof. And in terms of security, I, mm, the boomers had their fun. All right. The boomers had their fun. The idea that the boomers and the Bagel Boys on their way out decide to set the fucking world on fire. All right, because this is another thread. Not too long after the event started, there were attacks in China and Russia. Who launched those? Think very carefully. And then there were, of course, attacks in all of the other Arab countries, which don't exactly make too much sense. Who triggered that? Because I'm not exactly so sure that the quote unquote bad guy is the one who actually did all of that. Anyway, when it comes to the Bagel Boys as they stand, there is very much a hardliner push to actually trigger World War III, Judgment Day, the apocalypse. Of course, anybody who has paid attention knows that there was a sacrifice of a red heifer. This is going to get really fucking bad. So, they have to divert resources from Asia into the sandy butthole land in order to try to keep this up and keep this going. If we lose, if we openly lose or admit defeat, it's going to make the U.S. look real bad. So we have to win. But the time frame for trying to win is probably about the same time frame that we're looking at when it comes to Afghanistan. 20 years of slogging it out, only to run away anyway. And leave a fuckload of equipment behind again. Practically, we can't win this. But it's a pivot point. So, Ukraine was used as a never-ending proxy war to drain the Russians. This is going to be used as a never-ending proxy war to drain us and blow up the entire global economy. In the process, the longer this goes on, they're going to have to divert more and more attention away from Asia, which opens up a perfect opportunity for China because when Japan runs out of oil in a couple months, 7 months, I think was the exact number, when Japan runs out of fuel, China gets to roll in and take those northern islands. And they're going to take Taiwan. And then they're probably going to link up with the North Koreans and steamroll South Korea. In terms of how Europe is going to do with this, financially, they're already kind of weak. This is going to likely drain whatever's left in their coffers. Trying to prop up Ukraine and trying to prop up their economies whilst not being able to get fuel anymore. The UK had, 1 week's worth of nat gas left. Now, of course, the UK does have access to the North Sea, and they will, of course, try to bump up production to make up the shortfall. But we're all kind of fucked with this. We're all kind of fucked with this. Took out one guy. His son gets put in charge. His son is even more of a hardliner than the old man was. Perfect, perfect. Now all they have to do is persist. All they have to do, honestly, it's a thing. All they have to do is persist. And it's a lot easier to persist than it is to go off and launch campaigns. All right, now you got tons of people worried about a surprise. Shit, nice words, YouTube words. We'll just go with event. People are worried about surprise events happening in the U.S. Honestly, I would be too. I would be too. This, in terms of this specific statement, this in fact does represent Spades Consulting LLC, all of its employees and members. You should absolutely be armed to the teeth. Have your concealed carry permits. Get everything you can. Get everything you can. Stock up food. Stock up those things. And stock up munitions. It's a thing. We are looking at death of empire, economic collapse, and an endless war that would be endless if we could actually afford it. And we can't. Honestly, what I think is going to happen in the U.S. coming up, however long this lasts, doesn't particularly matter. Small price to pay, $9 a gallon is not a small price to pay. You're literally killing your fucking economy. What's left of your fucking economy. I mean, losing, one dude losing 16 different Mickey D's franchises because the economy's that fucked. Nobody has spending money. $9 a gallon. People can't afford that. Your workforce, your economic production is going to come to a fucking halt. You're screwed. This was the biggest fuck up, the dumbest fucking possible decision that could have been fucking made. And they did it. They went with it. Only because they got all your fucking... God help us all. Honestly. God help us all. I'm going to put it to you this way. When they knock on your door trying to get you to fight for the, Bagel Boys apocalypse war, don't. All right? It is what it is. I will rot in a cell before I fight for a PDF file elite and their handlers. I don't care. All right, these people who are in charge, quote unquote, fuck them all. Fuck them all. All right. It is what it is. I'm gonna jump into the next video. I'm gonna end it here. If you appreciate the video, like, favorite, sub, share, do all the things, ring the bell, tickle the bell, do all the things to the bell to your heart's content. Written work, Substack, linked below. Interested in personal or business advice, head over to www.spadesconsulting.com without the dash, and I will see you guys next time.